Do I look tired, guys? Because I am. What a weekend. We went to Massachusetts for Richard's hockey tournament and went down Thursday night. We are back Sunday afternoon. I'm going to show you what it's doing outside. But Hoosier Firewood Hysteria is next week, so we can't stop. So for those of you that don't know, I'm Russ. I own Willie's Firewood and Earthwork. We have a firewood business here in central Maine. It is comprised of myself, my grandfather, and my helper Kevin. We also have a few other people that come and help us from time to time, but it is the three of us. We've got tons of new subscribers, so let me explain a few things real quick just so that everybody knows. Gramp is old school. He does not believe in PPE. I understand that PPE is safer and that it is probably a better choice for most. You will not see Gramp wear it, and that's okay. It really is. It's okay. It's his choice. He can do what he wants. Kevin and I, we wear our PPE. Don't get concerned if you see Kevin without hearing protection on, or Jared, the other guy that helps me. They both need hearing aids and they're both deaf. So they don't hear very well. I usually have earbuds in that you don't see. But we make sure that everybody is as safe as possible. And then we can go from there. But let me show you what it's doing outside. And then I'm going to show you a brand new toy that we got that I'm trying out. And man, am I excited that I finally got one. So I'm hoping you can hear that icy sound because you can see it bouncing off me a little bit. It's sleeting, and I mean sleeting. It's nasty. We drove home in the freezing rain. Let me show you what the wood yard looks like and why I'm working inside. So we're back to everything being covered in ice again. We took the car down, the wife's Volvo, so that's pretty well thawed out. But the truck has a layer of ice, and so does the wood yard. So we're gonna go back inside and try out our new toy. I'm already trying it out and I like it so far. So let me show you what we got. So we got a Learly or a Learl, I'm not sure which way you pronounce it, commercial wax melter. And in there is 20 pounds of wax that I put in 15 minutes ago, and it's over halfway melted already, which is incredible because that would have took me well over, and I mean well over, an hour in the oven. So we'll come back and check on that in a few minutes, but it has multiple temperature settings on the side, and I've got it cranked up. I like my wax to be hot. It will go into standby mode when it comes to temperature, and it's actually at temperature. It'll go in standby mode. So this is pretty cool. I'm excited. I'm glad that it's working as well as it is, and we'll put it to use in a minute because I've got a bunch more fire starters and we're going to fill a bunch more up. So let's get making some starters. All right, so we're back and we're in organized chaos, but there's a couple other things I wanted to show you too that I picked up to help with the Gramp sticks. So let me show you real quick. I have a new wireless USB label printer. That's going to allow me to, whoa, you guys are wiggling. Almost lost you. That's going to allow me to print labels right from my phone, so it makes it so much quicker. We've sent out about 20 to 25 orders of Gramp sticks so far. I have a bunch more coming from Derek that should be here at the beginning of the week. We're going to take those to Hoosier Firewood Hysteria with us. Greenstown, Indiana. Kevin and I were headed down. The weather looks to be rainy for the weekend, so we may end up wussing out and taking a hotel room. But we're still going to go, and we'll bring rain gear, and we'll split, and we'll do what we need to do. Because when the Woodhound's got to get something done, we get it done, so we'll do it. I'm hoping that I'm rested up by then, because I'll tell you right now, I don't sleep well in a hotel, and what a weekend it was. I don't know, 7 or 8 rinks in Marlborough, Massachusetts where we were, and the kids were running and going until 11:30 at night. It was nuts. Richard's team played really hard, but we found out that we were playing travel teams when we're a house team. So we were outclassed big time as far as talent goes. They lost the first 3 games. We went into the playoffs this morning, and it was do or die. We had to win 4 games in a row if we wanted to win the championship. They came out and they played their butts off, and we lost by just 1 goal. We lost 3-2. The kids played phenomenal. They did a great job. They came together, and they really showed what they could do. Very, very proud of the outcome from this morning's game. Then we took the long, slippery ride home. So we're gonna get pouring some starters. I'll come back once we've got a bunch of these done. All right, guys, so I got you kind of hanging on the ceiling so you can see what I got going right here. But I'll open this up. Everything is completely melted. This has been, I don't know, maybe 20-25 minutes. And to get the wax out to be able to pour in our molds, we've got a ball valve right here. So I'm going to take a pot holder and I'm going to grab my container and I'm going to simply crack that valve and pour my wax out of our container. Shut it off, and now we'll go pour into our molds. So all we do is pour the molds full, and I can already tell you that just the amount of time the wax melting is saving alone is going to make a huge difference, because I got to try to get another 2,500 or so of these made before we leave Thursday. Should be able to get 2 600 count batches done tomorrow, because tomorrow's going to rain all day. Tuesday's going to be nice. Wednesday's going to be beautiful. Wednesday I've got to take and get everything ready to go. And we've got a couple of deliveries that have to be done either Tuesday or Wednesday as well. So we'll get those knocked out and out of the way before we head out on Thursday. But this is what I spend all of my free time doing while I'm normally watching YouTube. But I'm bringing you guys along right now. The wax that I use, I buy in bulk in 500-pound lots. And I'll also grab some from one of the local craft stores if they have the stuff that I need. I use a pure paraffin because paraffin is food grade. It's what they use on the lids of canning jars. So if I can get it, I will grab it, but it's more expensive to buy it from the craft store than it is to buy in bulk. So there's a tray and a partial from one of these 2-cup measuring cups. I don't normally sit down when I do this, but it's kind of nice actually. Have the office and have the space. Normally I did this standing. With the new wax melter, I think I could roll right around and never have to get up out of the chair. But these fire starters, this is just one of the things that we did to diversify a little bit. Orders slowed down when we came back from Bunyan last year, unexpectedly. And the bills still need to be paid, the business still needs to run, so when that happens, you do what you need to do. We've been making these for our own customers for 4 years or so. Offered them up for sale online, making what we need to make for money off of them. They work well, and so far they've been a pretty good hit. We did some research and development on some other ones. I haven't done a whole lot of testing with those yet, but I'm very pleased with the results. We've had people saying that they're bargain basement at best, and that kind of makes me laugh because it's just a byproduct of our firewood business, and it's a way for me to get a little bit more out of what we already have to pay for. So it's not like I'm going out and purposely buying materials other than the wax and the wick to make these. This is using up what we've already paid for, and there's only so many ways to start a fire, and without getting chemicals and things like that involved, you can only light a fire so well with just the ingredients that we have here. But you can see, pretty easy process. I just kind of work my way through the trays. Once these solidify a little bit, I'll stick them on the metal rack over there. We'll refill some more trays down here, and we'll go through it. But I know you guys had to have missed me, so I said I gotta do a video. This is what I've got because it's nasty out. I showed you guys that already, so this is what we're doing. So I'll bring you back in a minute. we'll go through whatever that holds for wax. I'm gonna go ahead and pour all of this to see just how many one melter full will do. And then we'll have an idea, and I'll bring you back when we're done with that. All right, guys, so we've done a bunch of pouring. Let me show you what's left in the melter. I poured everything on the table, and I've still got wax left, so that is a big bonus. So there's probably another 2 trays worth of wax in there, but I'm gonna refill this back up with chunks, and I'll show you what we got done on the table. So on the table, we have 16 24 count trays completely filled. I'm gonna transfer those up here on the rack, and then we'll go ahead and refill a bunch more trays, so let's do that. So I just filled this back up with chunks and scraps out of the old containers that I used to melt with, and threw a few good blocks in there too. We'll get this melted down, we'll make a bunch more fire starters. All right, guys, so we got 2 batches of wax through the melter. Thing is awesome. Really, really, really like it. Let me show you what we got finished, and I'll show you what we're going to put into the melter, and we'll go from there. So there's my hot and sour soup, and that's delicious. That comes from a local Chinese restaurant, but there's the rest of the trays. So we did 24 24 count trays. There are the rest of them up there on the rack. We'll move these over onto the rack as well. And this is what's left from our second batch. There's a little sawdust in there. It's almost like we're making fire starters. So we've got the wax melter all filled up for tomorrow morning. We'll put the cover back on it, and we're just gonna let it sit off. Doesn't take long at all to warm up. Again, Leary or Leary, I'm not sure. I think it's Leary. Wax melter, 20-pound wax melter. Really, really like it. If you need to melt a bunch of wax fast, that'll do it. So I know with what I have for wax, I've got enough to do about 1,000 more fire starters. We're going to hit up the local hobby store tomorrow. Wax is on sale. Hopefully they have a bunch there. I'm going to wipe them out. We'll bring it back. We'll convert it into fire starters. I'm hoping to bring somewhere in the neighborhood of 5,000 fire starters with us to Hoosier Firewood Hysteria, and twice that many to the International Firewood Expo. So any of you that want to get some, let me know. Leave a comment below. Just give me an idea. We're going to have some new options for the fire starters as far as shipping quantities go. Thanks to Bill Saflarski. We can ship things much more efficiently now, so we're going to be able to offer some different quantities. So remember, guys, a little bit every day goes a long way. I missed you guys, and we will see you guys on the next one.